Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to another Minecraft discussion on all things well-being. My name is Kimberly Quinn, and I am very happy to have this conversation today on poverty versus prosperity thinking. So with poverty thinking, we're really talking about scarcity thinking, right? So poverty thinking, poor thinking versus prosperous or wealthy thinking. Not only talking about money, of course, with wealth, it includes our family, friends, travel, fulfillment at work, golden retrievers, all that stuff. We're going to start with money because it's really important. If you really want the money to roll in, you got to take care of some things at first. So number one is we've got to let go of any kind of resistant money talk. Anything that's kind of blocking money from coming in, we've got to shift out of that dialogue, all right? Because we know the universe responds to each and every thought and expands these. So it's really, really important. So sometimes we'll say, oh, it seems like, the money just goes out faster than it comes in. Bad, bad, bad. Okay? We want to not say that. We don't want that thought to expand. Not good. People who make lots of money are bad. Okay, that isn't good because that's saying if I make money, that means I'm a bad person. So it's not going to come to you. The universe is like, well, I can't give this to them because then they're going to think they're a bad person, self-esteem in the tank. Why would I do that, right? And then I think of my dear friend Oprah, even though she doesn't know. Whenever people had said, oh, she's wealthy and she could do this, she could do that. Well, you know what? She built up a school for little girls in Africa because she's big on education. And whenever they start talking smack about my Oprah, who I love, I say, well, you know what? She could be that wealthy and not do stuff. She does a lot. She does a whole lot, especially when it comes to education. And so people who, are wealthy, even billionaires, are not necessarily bad. Got to get that out of your head. And just think, the more you make, the more you can give away if that's your thing. Think about how cool and fun it would be to give lots of money away to do something cool. And then there's just the words, lack. We need to watch our money talk. That's number two. We have to watch our money talk because when we say I want, I need, I don't have, and then the if only chat. If only things were different. Want. It's like that, like the Peanuts, Charlie Brown, with the adult in there. Want. Quit your whining and complaining, right? And to realize that the universe responds to lack with more lack. So if you're talking about wanting and I don't have and if only and whatever, the universe is gonna say, okay, well, then here you go, more lack, more deprivation, more stressing out about bills because this is what you're whining about. And here's whining, it gives you more whining, more stress. So we gotta watch your lack lingo. Watch your lack lingo. And then lastly, with the poverty thing is the lottery delusions. Let go of this stuff because it's interesting because sometimes I hear people say, oh, it's almost like gambling. It's not almost like gambling, it is gambling. And when we play the lottery, not to say, you put a little ticket in for a birthday card or something, I mean, whatever. But to actually get into that, it's not good. And the thing is, if you probably know, usually when somebody wins it, within 2 years, for most people, right back to broke, sometimes worse off, and it just sends an overall bad message. And the thing is, because the reason that happens is because, well, there's a reason, because the consciousness has not changed. The internal dialogue has not changed, which means if the thoughts haven't changed, the feelings and the behavior haven't changed either, so that person goes right back to broke. And the other thing that's not good is it's really affirming the lack thing. It's affirming the lack thing, because what that is saying, each and every time we just buy a ticket, it's like, okay, I only deserve to be wealthy if it's a fluke. It's not about the value I bring. It's not about staying on my purpose. It's not about work ethic. It's about I only deserve to have lots of stuff if it's a fluke and it lands in my lap. That isn't any kind of way to, live or think. It's just not good. So then the prosperity mindset, that was the third one. So the prosperity thinking has to do with the giving versus a taking mindset. We talked about that a little bit before, about shifting out of the taking mindset, that, just grabbing free stuff for the sake of it. I mean, it's one thing if people are giving away pens and you need a pen, but like a lot of times it's pamphlets, flyers, and plastic stuff you just don't need. And some people are deprivation based, just grab it all because they're trying to fill up some hole inside of them. when really it makes more sense to heal that wound inside, and then you won't even have a desire for the free stuff anymore, right? So to shift out of that stuff, another way to do that is just like if the supply closet just got filled at your job and taking more pens or paper clips than you really need, that's also a way to send the universe a message that you're deprivation based. And not saying once in a while, but if that's your like habit, oh no, all the stuff came in. Let me grab 3 more note pens. Let me grab notepads. Let me grab 5 more pens, and you really only need 1, or you don't need any. That's all lack-based, deprivation-based behavior. The second one is develop a tenacious work ethic. My husband and I are both worker bees, and we also love what we do, which makes it certainly that much easier. But monetary success, for the most part, comes out of a tenacious work ethic, which means that it's also this desire to give back to the world, right? It doesn't mean just breaking our back for no reason, that we have a desire to be other-oriented. Working is other-oriented, and in fact, I have no intentions of retiring. I love what I do. Doesn't mean I won't slow down eventually, but I've actually said to my students, like for the last 12 or 13 years, if I hit the lottery tomorrow, I'd still be teaching. And now with the new well-being role, I'd still be doing all the workshops and stuff because it fills me up and over the top. Number 3 is grateful bill paying. There's a lot of whining about bills. Changing that mindset around, like when you pay the electric bill, even if you just rolled change, and trust me, been there. It's like, oh, thank you, universe or God or higher power or whatever. Thank you, I'm able to pay this bill. The lights are on. Thank you that I'm able to, or push send. If you're not mailing it, you're pushing send on it. Mortgage, thank you for the house. If I'm able to pay the rent, thank you for the apartment or flat. Thank you for a car that works. I'm able to pay the bill. It's a blessing to be able to pay the bill. The lights are on. I have a roof over my head. I have a car that works. Even if it's not the best, I have a car that works. Then there's the rest of the utilities if you have propane and water and stuff like that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm able to pay them. Because think about the stress, obviously, when we can't pay them. When we are grateful for paying the bills, it all brings forth, the universe responds to gratitude with more abundance. The bills will get easier to pay when we are appreciating also what we have, taking care of the car. And I'm not the best, and I've gotten way better, because that also shows, okay, Kim really likes her Jeep. Okay, more abundance comes. I love my house, which needs a whole lot of work right now. We're doing a little bit at a time. So we have 5 kids, so we got the whole downstairs to do. But I've been so grateful. We finally were able to do the kitchen, and that brings more abundance, and then we'll be able to check another box and check another box. Grateful, grateful, grateful. And then we have, after grateful bill paying, we have stay on your purpose. Okay, stay on your purpose. There is actually, and be grateful for what you're doing, because and swing your arms wide open. I just did that the other day. Little Giovanni and I were snowshoeing, and I just did, wow, thank you for all of it. Thank you for all of it. Absolutely all of it. And even if you don't know, you're not aware of your purpose just yet, okay, then instead of changing the words to, I don't know what to do, I don't have meaning, I don't have a purpose, I don't know what my purpose is, change the dialogue to, my meaning or my purpose is on its way. The awareness of my purpose is on its way. There's so many books on this. I remember back in the 70s or 80s or something, do what you love and the money will follow, okay? Meaning before money, that's how it works. Money is the side effect of meaning, okay? It's like meaning is like the prime rib, and the money is like the baked potato or the rice pilaf. Meaning first, money second. Doing what you love. Think about all the artists and musicians, well, they're artists too, and whoever's out there doing their thing and their passion. I think about little, 7, 8, 9-year-old Michael Jackson when he's a little boy, flying around that stage. No idea of paychecks or anything, just a little, second grader. And he was flying around, just and meaning first, money later. And then remember, okay, that if you're not at that point yet, that your purpose or meaning is on its way, listening to the inner voice, the whispers all the time. And then remember that, and here's the mantra, I can bring meaning and value into everything I do. It doesn't matter if you're a teacher, doctor, garbage collector, recycling person, yoga instructor, you're a missionary, Peace Corps, you are a construction worker, you are working at Dunkin' Donuts, you can bring meaning. I actually have a story for that for another time. You can bring meaning into everything you do and bring success into everything you do. And then here it is, the wide open thing I just did, which is, I kind of do that, I like that. Because I like the feeling of, wow, I am grateful, I am a good vibe, and I'm grateful for my very existence. I am a good vibe, I'm grateful for my very existence. Poverty thinking versus prosperity thinking. You think more poor thoughts, it's going to bring more poor. You think prosperous thoughts, it's going to bring more abundance. It's just how it is. Remember that it's not all time. Money isn't the only thing to be poor with. We can be time poor. We can whine about how we don't have any time. Well, guess what? You can end up with more to do and less time. When you whine about, all the self-esteem, you can be self-esteem poor, self-love poor, self-respect poor. So we're focused on that. The dialogue is every way we're not enough, and whatever we don't have, you're going to get more of it. Versus prosperous thinking. The universe responds with more abundance because the universe responds to gratitude. Okay, that's it. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from Northern Vermont. Have a mindful day.